remember that you are that girl. You are cozy, you have energy, you need to move, you are heated, Virgo's groove, everything. So just take some time and remember who you are.
I can't believe I believed everything we had, but less so young and naive of me to think she was.
Hey, I know it's been a while since I last uploaded my YouTube video. It's been about a month, but from the title, you can see that I've been going through some things, but not really going through some things, really just planning out my new life and my redirection. So if you're new here, hello. My name is Morgan and welcome to my channel, Actualized.af, where we talk all things designing the life you love, from travel, productivity, home, organization, style, fashion, you name it. And today we are talking how I am basically pivoting my life and redirecting my life for a new chapter because, you guessed it from the title, I got laid off, honey. But I don't want to focus this video too much on, my job and the reorganization of my job and why I essentially got laid off, because I know personally in my heart that working a 9-to-5 was just not for me. So with this layoff, I'm not using it as a chance to, be in the slums of depression. Absolutely not. I'm using this as an opportunity to move forward into the person that I know I want to be and use unique strategies daily to help me become that person, and not use this as a rejection, but rather a redirection into the life that I want to live. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some strategies that I'm personally focusing on. And I know that a lot of people, honey, are going through layoffs. A lot of people are just going through some things. So whether you're going through a layoff, you're going through a breakup, you're going through whatever, these are strategies that can help anyone just redirect their lives and just focus on what matters most. And honey, that is always going to be you first. The first thing that I did was I gave myself 1 week. I said, listen, if I am going to move forward, I cannot lament in sadness. I cannot sit and lay in bed all day. Absolutely not. I'm going to give myself 1 week to just get over and get through all of these feelings. And then week 2 of being laid off is when I'm going to make a plan and move forward in my life. But the first thing that we really have to do is sit with our feelings, understand how we feel, understand why we might feel the feelings that we feel. And it's okay to give yourself time. So I actually got laid off on a Monday morning. Can you believe it? Monday morning I got laid off, and then that night I had tickets to the Beyonce concert, the Renaissance World Tour, honey. And let me tell you something, okay? Break My Soul hits different when you just get laid off.
You won't break my soul. Sing this song. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul.
That is exactly what I needed to spend this week in my feelings and just understand, like, hey, life happens to everyone and not just you. Things happen to everyone. Take this moment to realize what has happened to you. And then the next week, take that moment to make a plan for moving forward. So don't expect to get laid off and the next day you're going to go find jobs or look for, redo your resume or do whatever. And really take that time to, yes, go through your feelings, but also understand what your next step is going to be and how it can be meaningful to you. So strategy 1 is give yourself a certain amount of time to lament, and then give yourself a date where you're going to start planning your next life. And strategy 1.5 is to listen to Renaissance. And remember that you are that girl, you are cozy, you have energy, you need to move, you are heated, Virgo's groove, everything. So just take some time and remember who you are. Strategy number 2 is to claim your transition period and actually name it. Give it a name. I know that this video is titled I got laid off. After I post this video, this will be the last time that I ever utter the words I got laid off. I'm going to move forward with the new version of myself that is showing up to the world. And that is, I am a full-time content creator and a business owner. I am an entrepreneur. I am making this happen for myself, because if I continue to sit in the identity of somebody who got laid off, somebody who was rejected from a job, somebody this, somebody that, that's how I'm going to move forward in the world. So I don't want to be this person who laments. I want to be somebody who claims their new direction. And for me, that new direction is being a content creator, being a business owner, and shameless plug, I just launched my bucket hat line, Actualized Apparel. I am so excited about this launch because I have wanted a bucket hat line for so long. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that bucket hats are my thing. It's kind of like my signature look. So I'm really excited to move forward and come out with new designs, make other people feel the way that I feel when I put on bucket hats, make it all about texture and the experience of being a person who wears bucket hats. That's what Actualized Apparel is, and that's what I want to, how I want to move forward in the world, is being a business owner and a mogul. And the first business is my bucket hat line, Actualized Apparel. So if you're not following, go follow. Now for purchase. And I just dropped the first collection, which is the Reflection Collection. So just like I was mentioning, you know, it all starts with you. Moving forward in life and changing your life and elevating your life and actualizing your life and making your dreams a reality all starts with you. So that means the first step is to reflect. And that's why I called it the Reflection Collection. Whenever you put on a bucket hat from Actualized Apparel, I want you to be reminded that you are a dreamer, a doer, a builder, an actualizer, someone who just puts on the hat and shows up to the world as the person they want to be. So shop Actualized Apparel right now. And we don't sit in sadness, okay? We move forward and claim the people we want to be, period. Strategy number 3 is have an abundance mindset. And I rolled my eyes when I said that because everyone makes it seem so easy. Like it's like the easiest thing to do is to have this abundance mindset. But what does that really mean? So when I was working my 9 to 5, I had this like have to mindset. So I'm a runner and I'm actually training for something. I'm not going to announce it yet, but I'm a runner and I would say I have to do my long runs on Saturdays. Here's another example of the have to mindset. Every year I go to Miami for Art Basel in December. And while I was working my 9 to 5, I was thinking, okay, I have to work all day and I can only go out at night and go to the Basel events at nighttime because I have to work this 9 to 5. It's just always like, I have to. And because I was saying I have to so much, when I was working my 9 to 5, it was just a reminder of the things in my life that I was giving up in order to have to do things for someone else and have to do things for my job. And when I took a step back and I took that week to really think about where I was going to go in this next stage of my life, I was like, wow. Like now I get to choose which days I want to do my long runs on. Like I get to do my long runs on a Wednesday in the middle of the day. Like I don't have to take a Saturday out of my day to do my long runs anymore. In terms of Miami, I was saying to myself, I get to go out during the day and truly enjoy Art Basel for the first time, because the years that I've been attending Art Basel, I've been working every single year. So I realized the power of the get to mindset. Like now that I've lost this thing, it might seem like a loss, but honestly, I get to do all of these things that I've been putting on the back burner for something and someone else. So those are just 2 examples, and they're very small examples, but a lot of the get to mindset And the abundance mindset comes from things that we truly value, which is time and energy. I now have the time and the energy to do what I love, which is do my long runs. I have the time and energy to do it in the middle of the week. I have the time and the energy to enjoy a city that I love, with people that I love, at an event that I love, in the middle of the day, which is really, really cool. There's a lot of worry and a lot of fear with not having a job lined up next. But there's also an opportunity to reflect on who you are and what you get to do in life now that other things are out of the way. So strategy number 4 that I mentioned a little bit earlier is to make a plan. Okay, we're not just gonna sit at home and be sad. We're not just gonna do whatever we want during the day because we don't have a job. What I did in week 2, like I mentioned earlier, was I made a plan. I am treating this time like I have a 9 to 5, okay? So every day I wake up at a certain time and I have a plan for the day. I complete my daily tasks, whether that is for my business, whether that is for Actualized Apparel, whether that is for content creation, or whether that is just taking care of my home and cleaning. Finally, I get to clean during the day. Oh my gosh, I don't have to wait until the evening times or the weekends to clean. That's another abundance opportunity mindset. That has actually made me do more for my business than I have done in the 2 years that I've had my business registered. Just making a plan and making a to-do list every single day and having the time and energy to move forward and do it. So along with making a plan for your next chapter is to make a plan daily with a to-do list. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know, this video is full of shameless plugs. You know that I post my to-do list every day or every other day or maybe once a week sometimes, depending on how busy I am. But I post my to-do list to motivate others to write to-do lists for themselves and just get tasks done, especially those tasks that we put on the back burner or that we don't want to do. Once we cross it off our to-do list, it is a step in the right direction to become the person that we want to be. So making a plan means making a plan for the next stage of your life and making a plan for each and every day to move forward in your life and not sit in that sadness that can come from getting. See, we're not even saying it anymore. Next up is to conquer self-doubt. I feel like everyone has a little inkling of self-doubt. Like, ooh, should I do this? Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, what am I doing here? Ooh, I have no clue what I'm doing. And that is totally fine. And I definitely do every single day. Like every single day. I'm like, what am I doing? But honestly, I think that it's all a part of a scale. You know, you just have to outweigh the self-doubt with confidence in yourself to be able to move forward. And if you listen to David Goggins, or if you've read his book, Can't Hurt Me, he calls it the cookie jar. You essentially have to remind yourself of all the badass that you've done in life. In my case, yeah, I might have self-doubt about becoming a content creator and an influencer and, you know, starting a business and a bucket hat line, but also I've done hard things before. But also I've lived overseas and in Japan and have had to navigate that life. But also I applied to Harvard and got in. But also I, taught at the university level and didn't think that I could. But also I'm a really great person and, I'm working on myself daily. So, but also outweighs this idea of self-doubt. So doing that exercise reminds you of not only the badass shit that you've done, but also how you've done it before. And you can do it again. You've done hard things before and you can do it again. And what's another hard thing to add to the list and check it off? Again, I don't think it's about conquering self-doubt. I just think it's truly about reminding yourself who you are at the core reminding yourself of your values, reminding yourself of all the things that you've done in life, reminding yourself of who you want to be, and outweighing the self-doubt with the confidence in yourself to do great things. What's a world with fear? Listen. Imagine if I had fear and I didn't do half of the stuff that I just named. Like, that is not a life that I want to live. I would rather live on this side of the scale than this side of the scale, because this side of the scale is going to put me in more depression, more sadness, more just like self-doubt of me getting another job. We need the scale to be like this. So constantly, and that's a great visual to help you daily remind you of, being confident and eliminating self-doubt, is how do I tip the scale? How do I put my scale in the direction that I want it to be in? My last tip is literally the most cliche phrase known to man, which is, don't think of this as a rejection, think of it as a redirection. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. When I became a full-time business owner and content creator, I thought about this as an opportunity. Literally, I said, okay, how can I use this next chapter of my life to get closer to the person on my vision board, to get closer to the person that I visualized in my head? Because honestly, having the 9-to-5, for me personally, it was holding me up. It was making me just upset that I couldn't work on the things that I wanted to work on. And I understand that that's not the case for a lot of people. Sometimes if folks get let go from their positions, it was their dream job. And I understand that it's really hard for people to think of the next step and be optimistic about the future when you really enjoyed that job. But there's always an opportunity to use the skills that you learned in that job in another role where you're helping more people, where you're serving the world, where you're literally using your skills in order to create new things that help someone else. I'm using it as an opportunity to move forward with the principles and values and the skills that I know that I have in order to create the world that I want to live in. The greatest opportunity that I'm getting out of this next chapter is allowing people to be authentically themselves, to realize who they are. And it's an opportunity for me to allow people to see the light within themselves in order to use all of the skills and all of the things within them to move forward in life. And a job does not define you. It really does not. They could care less, honestly. What matters and what defines you is your values, your principles, how you help people, and how you're creating a world that you want to live in. So I see this as an opportunity to create that world and not be stifled by other people's rules or other people's policies or other people's management or anything else that has to do with the job. This is an opportunity for me to use everything and bring that into a new chapter. It's literally like I'm taking this little backpack and I'm taking it on a new journey to move forward in life with everything that I know and to really live as the person that I visualize for myself. One person's journey might be way more difficult than another person's journey, and that's okay. But the first step, just like my bucket hat collection, is to look inside yourself and reflect on yourself and reflect on where do you see opportunity to move forward. Claim it. Name it. I'm going through my list. Give yourself some time to reflect. Claim your new identity. Name it. Give it a name and just assume the identity and show up to the world as the person that you want to be. See where there's opportunity within your life in order to live out, make real the person you want to be, and where have there already been opportunities presented to you. Make a plan, okay? Take a week to make a general plan and take each day to make a plan for yourself with a to-do list. Honey, outweigh the self-doubt with confidence. Okay, remember we talked about that scale. Use this as an opportunity to move forward and never think about it as something that happened to you, but it literally is something that happened for you, so you can make realizations and move forward and create your reality. Turn realizations into your reality. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's been a while, but we are going to get back at it on YouTube because honey, she's got the time, she's got the energy, she's got the realizations, and she now lives in the reality. So thank you so much. Follow my page, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'll see you online.
Can't believe I believe